Hi, today I would like to show you some basics of 3D modeling, because if you like 3D printing you probably want to make your own parts that fit your specific needs, and to do that you need to model them first in a CAD software, then make an STL out of them and send them to your printer. So today we are gonna make a simple part, have a look at the basic functionalities using a Fusion 360, which is a CAD software made by Autodesk. And in my opinion, it's a great software to start with. It's very user-friendly, it's free, and works on almost any computer you could have. Today we are gonna model a holder for pens and pencils. I think it's a great part to start practicing on. It's gonna be a cylinder, and I'm gonna take my calipers and eyeball some dimensions. So I think it should be like 70 millimeters in diameter and about 80 millimeters high, let's say, and we are gonna divide it into 3 compartments which are gonna fit our pens, pencils and highlighters. And we are gonna design it in such a way that it prints as fast as possible. So let's get started and launch Fusion 360. Alright, so we are now in the Fusion 360 software. This is your basic view, I would say. And we've got some icons here on the top which we are going to use to make our model. Our model is of course 3-dimensional, it's a volume. So the way you are creating volumes here is that you start by 2-dimensional sketch, so click here, create sketch, and you have to choose which plane you want to sketch on. So just choose whichever you like. We want to create a sketch from which we can make the 3D object later. Because I want to use the revolve tool, I'm gonna make the cross section of the cylinder, which is a rectangle of course, and I said I want a 70 millimeter in diameter, so I'm gonna make a rectangle which is 35 millimeter wide, and I said I want what did I say, 80 millimeter high cylinder, so this rectangle is gonna be 80 millimeters high. Hit OK, and we've got our 2D outline, so we click finish sketch, and here on the top we can choose revolve option. So we have to select our profile, it's already selected as you can see, and the axis around which the profile is going to rotate. So I'm going to choose this axis right here, and as you can see Fusion is already showing us how the result is going to look. So I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna hit OK. Hey, and I've got my cylinder done. Alright, so now this is just a volume, so if we print this we wouldn't be able to put anything in it. So we have to subtract or delete part of this cylinder, of course. I want to divide this into 3 sections, and I would like the part to have 0.8 millimeter wall, because my nozzle is 0.4 millimeters, so it's gonna do 2 nice lines and the print should be pretty quick. So now we are going to make the sketch again. So choose create a sketch, and I'm going to sketch on this top surface here, so I'm going to click on that, and now I can make my sketch. First thing I would like to do is to create this wall. So the way I'm going to do that is to click on the outline here, and on the top choose the option offset. So now I can offset this by any value I like. So I would like to offset it inwards, so that's minus, and the wall should be 0.8 millimeters. Hit OK. And now I would like to create these compartments. So I'm gonna go in here and make it 0.4 millimeters off center. Now I'm going to create the rectangle, which is going to be 0.8 millimeters wide, and now I have to zoom out. Okay, and make it just like that, for example. And now I can basically just go in here, hit trim on the top there, and trim the excess which I don't want there. Alright, that's great. So right now I need something to hold on in the center, so I'm going to hit this and make 3 millimeter, like a middle section or middle cylinder, which is going to hold the parts together. Yeah, and I can trim it down here as well. Alright. Now I have to create two other sections, if you will. The way I'm going to do that, the easiest way to do that, is to hit create and choose circular pattern here. And now I have to choose the objects I would like to rotate, so it's going to be those two lines. And I have to choose the center point, which is here. And I would like to have 3 of those because I want to put my highlighters, my pens and my pencils in there. So I'm happy with that, and I can hit OK. So as you can see, I've got a nice 2D sketch of what I would like to create, so I can finish the sketch. And now we are gonna have a look at the extrude option. Extrude is simply extruding your sketches and makes volumes out of them. But you can also subtract with extrude as well as with any of these features. So what I like to do is to choose those 3 parts and now subtract them down here to create a void where I'm gonna put my pencils. So how deep I want to go? So this is 80 millimeters, and I would like to leave, let's say, 2 millimeter bottom down there. So I'm gonna go for 78 millimeters, and it has to be minus 78. All right, and hit OK. As you can see, it subtracted that volume from the bottom. So we've got now our pencil holder, I would say, ready. So what I now have to do is to make STL out of this, because Slicer works with STL files. The way you do that is you're gonna go to the tree, which is here on the left, and open bodies. As you can see, this is the only body we've got here. So you right click on that and choose Save as STL option. It's gonna create the STL or the triangles out of that. So I'm usually just leaving this to high, so it's nice and crisp, nice and detailed, and hit OK. So now we can close this and open our Slicer software. I'm using Slicer Prusa Edition because it just works really well for me, but you can use whichever you like. Alright, so now we are just going to add our part in here. My designs. Okay, and I'm going to choose this. As you can see, it's on the side now. No worries though, we can just put it the right side up. Okay, and we can arrange it in the middle. So basically now you just gonna choose your print settings. I'm pretty happy with what I've got set up here. Hit the speed slightly higher. Okay, and we can hit slice now. Now I'm gonna put my SD card in. So now you just hit export G-code, as you probably know, and export it onto your SD card. As you can see here, this estimated print time is only 1 hour 53 minutes, so it's pretty quick. So now we can load it up into the machine and start printing. there you have it, guys. We've got our first part designed in Fusion 360 and 3D printed. It works really well. It was a quick design, quick print as well, and it functions beautifully. So those were just basics, and right now I think you can start experimenting and designing your own things to improve your home or car or whatever you like. So those basic 2D contours and extrusions and rotations are enough to get you started, and if you need something else, just watch a video on the specific thing you need at the moment. But just go at it and start designing. Fusion 360 is a great tool in combination with 3D printer to make anything you need, so don't hesitate and get after it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!